Hi, thanks for clicking on my video. My name is Alejandra Sofia and this is Star Power Alchemy YouTube, delivering to you the news from the macrocosm to the microcosm of you. Today, I'm tuning into the sign of Aries through the ARiES New Moon on April 5th, 2019. But first, some announcements. I'm offering a 30-minute reading, new moon reading, personalized reading for $60. You can email me at starpoweralchemy at YouTube. And I'm also teaching an astrology class starting April 17th through June, I believe June 17th. And you can email me for details. And you'll be learning about your chart through all the planets, the signs, and the houses. And now for Aries. Aries, this new moon on April 5th is all about you. Cardinal Aries, fiery Aries, the hero Aries, the Aries in every one of us. Okay, so this is an action-oriented time for you, Aries. I'm looking at your chart and you've got, it's really just like a no holds bar situation. You've got to step up. It's just time to step up. It's all about you exercising things that you, initiatives and initiating initiatives that are you establishing new structures in your life, really claiming your authority in the area of your career and public self, as well as your calling. You're being, with Saturn and Pluto there, the conjunction of 2019 into 2020, that January 12th, 2020 Saturn Pluto conjunction is just calling you to step up and clear out all the where you're not standing. It's for you to rise in your own inner hierarchy, to be the CEO of your life. And that means you're going to have to really tune into, like, clear up some of your blind spots. So Aries, you are the hero. You are about will. You are about energy. You are about what you're putting your attention on and the impulse of life. You're an energizing, you're a sign that needs to be out there in challenging situations, meeting whatever's happening, not avoiding confrontations when it's needed communication. So expressing your truth, learning to really receive other people's truth, and really just standing in the fire of the moment constantly, as you're the growing edge, you're the cutting edge of reality of what, and that cutting edge is personal to any and every one of us. So for you, Aries, for the Aries in all of us, it's that cutting edge of where you're being called to really meet fire and impulse yourself with fire and creativity, and to not avoid anymore. It's really about, Aries, you're about coming out into visibility. You're about being out in the open and meeting the challenge, meeting the present moment with all the intensity that it might have, and bringing yourself fully to the table. As you are a sign that has to do with authentic relating, and the fire of selfhood is absolutely, like, that's, if you've been giving away too much of your energy, because Aries, you can do that. You've got the sign of LiBRA, and I'm pronouncing it correctly, the sign of LiBRA in your 7th house. And so there is that challenge between, knowing the difference between, me and you, and you being the other person. So, and Aries, so another thing too is opening up that channel more if you are leaning into the side of a lot of Aries of too much self-centeredness, too much only caring for yourself and not about others. There are these other places that call you to be leaned into with the North Node in Cancer. That's something happening in your chart for the next year and a half, of just how to open up to the tribe, how to bring yourself up and out into being in yourself and standing in your own fire of selfhood, while also being joining circles of care, care for each other, and in the different ways that you're called into the tribe. And so yeah, it's about joining the tribe, but being with yourself. And with Pallas Athene, this is one of the main there's 4 main aspects to this new moon, and one of them there's an opposition of Pallas Athene in the sign of LiBRA in opposition to the new moon, and so it's in your house of relationships. So you're really continuing to shift and sift through the relationship realm of you know, mediation. So there might be something you are in need of. Some of you might be needing mediation of some sort, especially with Saturn and Pluto. Saturn's forming a T-square in your 10th house. So there could be dealing with bureaucracy on some level, dealing with laws, dealing with red tape, dealing with that kind of confrontation. And it's because of that T-square, the mediation that you need. So whatever, you know, so whatever you're needing to sift through in the realm of releasing any old relationships that have become, that have been too really based in dependency, and coming into more independence, while also maybe for some of you just leaning in more to what you're learning from the other person, what you're learning from the situation. So really a lot of learning in the relationship realm, always, because Aries, truly, you're in relationship to everything, right? Everything's in relationship to you, and you're standing in your fire of self. So the cutting edge for you for this month, Aries, is you being in your authority, you claiming rightful authority and not abuse of authority, and also being in fairness of others, while also feeling the fire if you've been treated unfairly too, and just learning to sift through that realm as well, like learning to just kind of come up with the the thing with Pallas Athene is that she's an asteroid. She's a goddess of war and strategy, and so she's constantly sifting through the truth to get through. Because the sign of Libra has a water element to it. It's an undercurrent of water. It's an air sign, cardinal air sign with an undercurrent of water, and so there is a murky realm that exists with the sign of Libra. So let's call Libra for a moment, because that's the kind of energy Libra gives. It's just, it gives too much of its energy away to other people, caring too much about what other people think about them, you know, over cooperating, which I don't think is actually sincere cooperation. And so there can be an insincerity and not a malicious insincerity, an unconscious insincerity in the sign of Libra. And that's why in my lineage we pronounce it Libra, because it puts the oomph back into that sign journey that needs it, because it's a sign of social conditioning. So Aries, that's what you have on your relationship horizon, is a sign of Libra, and therefore there's some intensity with relationships, establishing your authority, coming into rightful authority, you know, really conceding where you need to concede as well, if you are on the other end of things, or if you're like bullying in any kind of way, or you know, just too filled up with your own fire and not in consideration of others, and accept some hard truths that could hit your ego, and just relax on all that. That's what this time is about. This time is about just, you know, stand in the fire of truth. That's what's going to be most beneficial for you to move forward. That is what's the most beneficial. And with Saturn right there in a strong square to the ARiES New Moon, it is a good time of just sober reality. Like, you don't have to be hard on yourself. Just, you know, release the ego. If there's a lot of egotistical energy, just come into go into neutral. That's what Saturn in Capricorn is. It's just the facts. This is the reality right now, and it just allows you to kind of to even the playing field, and also with all the Pisces planets in your 12th house of, you know, that Pisces is a very emotional sign. In Aries, that can be one tendency, is to keep those emotions and feelings down under because of pride. So that's another thing that Aries can have when it's in imbalance, is too much pride. And so there's a releasing, like this is a time of connecting in more with your soul, with Venus and Pisces in your 12th house conjuncting Neptune, with Mercury there too, just tapping in deeply to your soul. And, you know, there could be somebody you're connecting with right now that's really with Venus, and that's a very strong, like, romantic connection. So whether you're actually having that with another person, there's definitely this romance with life, your artistry, the things that you want to do, the things that you're feeling inside. That's a deep current of that's just helping you get inside the field of your inner dreams, your longing, the dream you're dreaming, and the dream that wants to dream you and come to life. And Aries, you're the one that's going to do it. You're the one in the zodiac that is going to be like light up with the flame of truth of what you know you need to do, and release the relationships that you know you need to release. And so that means your own patterns. And And let's see, another thing with this new moon, I'm going to wrap this up very quickly, is Ceres. Ceres is trining you, so get out there into circles of belonging, get involved, go to events that excite you, that are meaningful, that are standing in the belief systems of the earth that you want to promote, right? The belief systems that you want to promote, because you are promotional, Aries. All right, Aries, much love to you, and please comment and please subscribe. Happy April 2019.